Hi there and welcome to the show. That's right, it's Thursday again and it's Annette Sym here, back in my kitchen, ready to cook you one of my brand new recipes from the newer book, Cooking for One or Two. I know this is my favourite book ever because Billy and I just, there's two of us at home. So this is our go-to book and I'm excited to cook you a new recipe out of it, and it's going to be the pan-fried creamy gnocchi. So I want to talk about that in a minute, but first of all, let's go back to last week's show where I did the macaroni beef. We have three fabulous gals that won a book. So Anne-Marie Nielsen, Mary Campbell and Joanne Gibson all won a brand new cookbook personally signed by me. And of course, I'll be giving away later in the show. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gnocchi on and I'm going to start cooking that, and then I'll talk about the ingredients because what I'm doing is really different to a normal gnocchi recipe. I know I am a trailblazer when it comes to cooking the healthy way. So let's just heat this up. Let me get that up a bit higher. Cooking spray, good coating of that. And then what you put in is a tablespoon of Flora Light margarine. All right, so this is what we're going to coat the gnocchi with. Now, if you're saying to me, excuse me, Annette, are you frying the gnocchi? Yes, I am. I know I am doing something really different because normally when you make gnocchi, you boil it. And I've never liked it. I've always found it gluggy. It's just a mouthful of goo. And I didn't like it. So I decided one day to listen to Diane. Occasionally, yes, I do listen to her. And she suggested doing it the way she likes to do it, and that's frying it. And I went, really? So I did, and instantly I was in love. And of course, straight after that, I made up a recipe. That's right. So now what you start with is the pre-made dry gnocchi. Now this is what I get in Woolies. It's a 500 gram pack, and you only need 250, okay? And I've already made this the other day because we love it, and so I've got 250 grams ready to go in now. And then what you do is you just toss the gnocchi with the margarine. That's right, you coat it. Give it a good coat. You can see it's all a bit yellow now instead of white. Oh, hello, I've lost one. All right, take it out of my serve, Billy. All right, so remember it's this type that you buy. And as I said, normally, I'll just throw that out. Normally you would boil it, but no, we're going to pan fry it. And what the secret is it takes about 5 minutes. So that's why I want to get into this next bit while it's cooking. And just every now and then, just give it a stir. And you'll need tongs. I've got my tongs ready to go. And you turn the gnocchi because you're going to get it nice and brown. And that's what I love about it. It's just not gluggy. It tastes amazing. So, I mean, if you've never had gnocchi before, try it my way. I think you'll like it. And if you've been doing it the other way, well, I'm breaking the mold. Give me a try. All right, so remember, this is out of the Simply Too Good to Be True Cooking for One or Two cookbook. It's the creamy pan-fried gnocchi. Now, can I mention that a traditional gnocchi is about 40 grams of fat a serve? I know, I can feel it sucking onto my thighs as I speak. Why? Because they put oil, they put butter, and they put cream in it. No, I'm not doing that. So now I'm going to toss this again. Whoop! Oh, I'm losing them everywhere! Oh, no, I normally am very good, but of course, because I'm on the show, you all will see it. Now, I'll just show you can see here with this gnocchi here that it's got the browning, the browning happening on it, okay? Here's another one. See how you can see it's got the brown bits? And what you do is you toss them around, and I want you to turn them. I'm going to leave them for a little bit. You turn them with the tongs so that all sides get nice and brown, okay? That's the key. While that's cooking, takes about 5 minutes, we are going to start prepping the rest of it. So let's look at the ingredients we need. So 250 grams of the dried gnocchi. Now I did try gluten-free a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't a big fan, but if you're gluten-free, you can get gluten-free gnocchi. So hello. I need 1/4 cup of onion, diced, and I need 1/4 cup of peas, And we need a cup of sliced mushrooms. I need a teaspoon of garlic, half a can or 3/4 cup of the evaporated light milk, 3 tablespoons of the Kraft Parmesan. You could do your own fresh if you want, but I always like using that one. Teaspoon of corn flour to thicken it. And we use the baby spinach leaves, and that's either a cup or about 40 grams if you wanted to weigh it. And I always like a bit of pepper. So let's prep up while our gnocchi's cooking. So we need 1/4 cup of diced onion. And this is part of what I love about cooking these recipes, because they really are just so quick. They're so easy. They're much more economical as well, because I'm not making a whole lot of stuff that either gets thrown out, chucked in the freezer, and then I forget about it. You know, or you're giving it away to people, or you're eating a lot of it. This way it's done and dusted. And the dried gnocchi will keep for a long time in your pantry or in your fridge. So there you go. I'm just turning them over while I'm cooking. This is such a delicious recipe. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. All right, so now back to the onion. So we want, can you remember? That's right, 1/4 cup of onion, diced. Let's have a look. Just a tiny bit more, we're good. We need a cup of sliced mushrooms. Now, I was thinking, you know, originally when I did this, that I might put bacon in with it. Because this is a vegetarian recipe. But I found the biggest problem with gnocchi is that, not that it's high in fat, it's the sauce that makes it fatty, right? But the gnocchi itself is low in fat. It's quite high in sodium or salt. And so if you're interested in heart health, you might not want to have a high fat dish. I'm just checking on the gnocchi here. It's looking good. Just turn that down a little bit more. I'm doing a cup of mushrooms. So I couldn't put bacon in it because it was so high in sodium. So that's why I kept it as a vegetarian. I think we've got enough. Oh, look, what the heck. I'm going to throw it. I'm living on the edge here today. I'm going to chuck the extra mushroom in. What the heck. All right, so let's get rid of this. All right, so our gnocchi's done. Look at that. Can you see how golden and gorgeous that is? It's fabulous. Now the key is we're going to now take it out of the fry pan. It's all fluffed up and gorgeous. And we'll put it back in later once our sauce is done. All right, so bring that in a bit. Respray. We want the onion. I love a sizzle. You want the 1/4 cup of the frozen peas. And we want a teaspoon of crushed garlic. Perfect. Now let's give that a mix up. Now you're going to just cook this for a couple of minutes, just till that onion started to soften. And, you know, the thing is, it can freeze. If, say, there's only one of you at home and you think, well, I've got 2 serves, you can freeze it for about 2 or 3 weeks because of the milk. All right. Just turn that down a little bit more. So I'm just going to cook that for a little bit. Then I'm going to add in the mushrooms and cook that a little bit more. But what I wanted to point out to you are a couple of benefits of this fabulous book. If you haven't got it, I'm sorry, Santa needs to be busy getting one of these for you. Hello. But what you've got, and this is what I love about it, is I've put a thing in here, a little box, and it lists all of the recipes in other books that are like serving 1 or 2. So, you know, just to let you know, you can do that. But here at the top, I've also put a picture of the some of the equipment that I've been able to use, because, you know, obviously you're not going to be using all of the big lasagna dishes and everything like that you would make for 6 or 8. All right, so now we're going to add in the mushrooms. Now we're just going to cook that for a couple of minutes until they've wilted a little bit. I mean, how hard is this recipe, people? My gosh. Now listen, while I'm waiting for that, let me talk about my shake deal. Shake it, shake it. You know, I haven't done it before, but I decided to help you get ready for summer. And you know me, I love a good deal. So what I've got at the moment is this. You can buy a box of shakes, hello, $39. Second one, half price. I know. So there's the flavours we've got. And it's going off. People are really getting into it because it's such a good deal. Now, this, why I'm mentioning it today is that it was announced in my newsletter last week. And if you're not a subscriber, you're missing out on this at the moment because it finishes midnight tomorrow. That's right, it's Friday the 15th, midnight, gone. Won't happen again. So let me move out of the way. Buy one, get the second one, half price. So that's pretty fabulous. You know what I love about all my cookbooks is the beautiful testimonials that I have in there. Now, in this book, I have got some amazing people like that have really used the cookbooks and my mentoring programs and everything to the advantage of getting the weight off. Now, one lady that's probably watching today, one of my biggest fans, is of course the fabulous Ingrid Crantis. Now, Ingrid is in this book. Hello, Ingrid. How are you? And she's got a great story in there where she lost a bucket load of weight and has maintained it using the cookbooks as well as losing weight. I mean, 58 kilos. Well, she went from 84 to 58. 26 kilos gone, and she's maintained it. So good on you, Ingrid. So you have to read those ones. All right. This is looking fabulous. See how they're all cooked nicely? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the corn flour, which remember it was a teaspoon. Remember we're making the creamy pan-fried gnocchi out of, which book is it? That's right, Cooking for One or Two. Now if you were saying, oh Annette, there's 4 of us at home and there's 6 of us at home, what do we do? Well, just double or triple the recipe. Hello? It's not hard to do. So that way you can still make this recipe if you're not like empty nesters like me and my belly. I'm going to put in now 3 tablespoons of the Parmesan. 1, 2, 3. And love a bit of cracked pepper. Let's put some of that in. Now mix that together. And it will thicken up quite quickly. And I'm just going to add in, once this is boiled, I'm going to add in the gnocchi back in. And dinner's nearly done. I mean, it's fantastic. Now, what I also want to point out to you, if you're saying to yourself, great idea in it, but now I'm left with half a can of evaporated milk, what am I going to do with it? Oh, well, I've got you covered. So on page 4, under the equipment, is a list of different ingredients that I've used and what recipes in this book use it. So, for example, there's the evaporated light milk. You'll find most of them are using half a can or 3/4 of. So you can, in a few days or whatever, because it lasts for about a week in the fridge, look at all those recipes there that actually use the evaporated milk. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? It's all happening here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Beautiful. Let's put our pan-fried gnocchi, not boiled, back in. I want to coat it now. And please don't overboil the evaporated milk. It's a bit delicate. It's not like cream that you can boil the buggery out of it. No, be delicate. Alrighty, so now this is boiled. It's done. So what do I do now? Is I turn off my cooktop, and this is where I add the last ingredients in, which is the baby spinach leaves. Now, all you have to do is combine that with the wet mix, and you'll see that the spinach wilts very quickly. So once that's done, we are ready to eat. Now, if you want any more tips or recipes than that, you need to go to simplytoogood.com.au, and you'll also go there if you want to find the deal, which is happening right now with the shakes. Remember, buy one, get one free, finishes tomorrow night, so don't miss out. And also, I love Instagram, so go and play with me on Simply Too Good. You'll find me. This is nearly done. Yum! Hey, do you want to win the book? Of course you do. What do? Is you like, you share, and then, hello, you know what to do, people. Hashtag Simply Too Good in the comment. Make sure it's with a Y and a 2, and I might be able to pick you next week, which would be even fabulous. So Simply Too Good with the hashtag. All right, this is looking a bit fabulous. I mean, how hard was it? Hello? Now, the other things that before I just quickly finish up, I want to mention the other benefits of cooking for 1 or 2. Now, I've got 21 new recipes. Hello, this is one of them. I've also got adapted some of your favourites, like, you know, beef tortilla stack. I've even made apple pie for 2 and a wine trifle for 2. I know, so you don't miss out. I mean, soups, when you make them, they feed 1,000. No, no more. Even scones, I've got them down to just making 4. So that way, you're not tempted to eat the whole dozen. Of course, you wouldn't do that. Easy to work out because this is half a serve minus the 2 that I dropped. But there you go. How delicious is that? That's right, it's my creamy pan-fried gnocchi out of cooking for 1 or 2. Now, next week's show, I'm thinking it's party season coming up. I mean, can you believe we're in November? It's ridiculous. I'm going to make some dips. Now, if you're buying them, you know, you get a little tub for like $8. No, I'm going to be saving your budget this Christmas. Plus, they're so easy. Like this. Why not do it? It's the Simply Too Good to Be way. Alrighty, so now we'll see you next week. Enjoy. I hope you're going to try this because it's fabulous. And I'll see you next Thursday, same time, same place. Bye now.